you're welcome back to my channel. You're on to Trending with Omashane. How you all doing? It's great to have you back. So let's get straight to business of the day. Today I've got some stories to share with you. Top of the list is, of course, the celebration that has taken over the whole of the nation. If you don't know, today is the Muslims Day celebration of Eid El Kabir, and the Christians, all fathers generally worldwide, are celebrating Father's Day today. So today, coincidentally, is World Father's Day and also the Islamic Eid El Kabir. So congratulations to all celebrants and happy Father's Day to me. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm a proud father. And in our church, this year's theme of Father's Day is the superhero. That is, the father as a superhero, and my family think I'm a superhero too. Yeah, alright, that's it. So congratulations to all celebrating fathers worldwide. May your fatherhood be an exemplary one for your kids to emulate in future. Not just your kids, not your biological kids alone, those that you mentor, whether you're a teacher just like I am, or you adopted anybody who calls you father. It is your responsibility to model the right attitude, the right character, the right precept for the person to emulate. Alright, congratulations. So let's go to the stories of the day. I'm going to start with the stories of the Muslim brothers celebrating their Eid El Kabir today. So over the week, there has been really complaining about low turnout of buyers of ram, because of course this Eid El Kabir, for you if you don't know, is an Islamic celebration that celebrates the victory of the patriarch Abraham, known in Islam as Ibrahim, over the temptation of Satan, when Satan actually tempted him to kill his son Ishmael on Mount Moriah. In the whole process, he actually didn't yield to the temptation that the Satan gave to him. He passed the temptation 3 times, and finally God, that is Allah, according to Islamic version of the story, is that Allah gave him a ram instead of Ishmael for sacrifice. So this Eid El Kabir is the feast of sacrifice, whereby you sacrifice to atone for your sins as a Muslim faithful. So across the nation and across all Islamic communities around the world, everyone is celebrating and they are killing rams and cows depending on what they can afford. And in that vein, there are some trending stories that are actually been going on around the celebration. On X, a video came on whereby a lady had to turn the house upside down, all because her husband bought goat instead of ram for the Eid El Kabir. So I'm like, although actually it can be disheartening, but I believe the woman was just being too on the high side. She was just being too high-handed. This economy is biting everybody. Permit me to use the word bite. You know, it's not friendly. This man bought gold. What about those who couldn't buy anything? So please, people out there, viewers, don't be hard on us, the men in your homes. Please, don't let them go and stay at the rooftop. It is not easy on anyone. So this lady, as you can see on the video, she is turning the house upside down. Although I don't really understand Yoruba, but I can, from the little thing they've said and the comments that I followed the video, it is obvious that the woman expects to at least have celebrated the Eid El Kabir with a ram, which is the norm. Of course, the recent video I shared with you on the low patronage of ram sellers. So, in fact, one of the sellers said that on average they have them being sold at 300, 400, 250 and that. And the smallest possible ram you can get is about 170, 180. That is in Lagos.
Can you tell us like the price?
Like 400, 500, 350, 900. The lowest can be one smaller one, 170. Smallest.
And that was like for how many people can that one serve?
That one can serve more than 100. But the price is so high, that's the problem.
Please, whatever you see, even if it is fish that you see to celebrate this Eid El Kabir, please celebrate it with your family and let everyone have peace. You do not kill ram today, you kill ram tomorrow. You know, that's how life is. Life is not static. That is why we always move. It's just like you are on a bicycle, and the best way to do it is to keep riding. Before you know, you will be balanced. Even if your husband did not kill ram, what stops you from killing ram? If you bought it for him to kill, why won't he accept it? So that is it. So still talking about the issue of Salah, and I'm just also using this time again to wish all our Muslim brothers, especially those my lovely students and members of staff from Noble Leadership Academy for Girls. I wish you all happy Eid El Kabir. Alright, so let's go to the next trending story. As everyone around the world celebrates Father's Day today, it was a total showdown at NEBC Baptist Church, Abuja, as all the men came out and marched to give a different presentation, from song rendition to drama presentation to raffle draw, as in it was a huge celebration today at NEBC Abuja, that is New Estate Baptist Church, Abuja, and yours truly was just among them as well. So, and the highlight of it was the presentation of song rendition by the NEBC Men Mass Choir, and you would like to see yours truly doing justice over there. Like, let's see.
That's
my second papa there.
When I say, Toshika no wrong. Bagbeye, Bashuchese, and the one talk back anyway.
To the setting of the sun, may your name be praised. What did you think of you? What do you think of it? From the rising up, the sun, to the setting of the sun, may your name be praised. Your name alone be praised.
Jesus, your name is higher than all names. Your name is greater than all names. May your name be praised. Oh, your name be praised. From the rising of the sun, to the setting of the sun, may your name be praised. Your name alone be praised. From the rising up, to the setting of the setting of the same, may your name be praised. Your name alone be praised. Okay, fathers, can we give the Lord a dance?
Alright, so let's go to the next trending story. And international politics, the 45th president of the United States of America, the person of Donald J. Trump, has said that Zelensky is the best political salesman of all time, that anytime he walks into the US, he goes away with $60 billion US. And if he's voted in, immediately he gets to office, that's going to get us settled, that he will stop funding the Ukraine war against Russia. What do you think about this man? This man has been very, very vocal, and he has been so controversial. And guess what? If he finally wins this year's election, he's going to be the first American convicted of felony to become a president. Let's see how it goes. Since he left the seat of the US president, I miss his tweet. Those days when he was the US president. This man. No. In fact, at the point I actually thought he doesn't have a media aid. You know, in Nigeria, all our Tinibus, the Buharis, the all of them people, you know, they always have media aid that we edit and re-edit before. But this man, whatever comes to it, just back on once he's registered. He's on Twitter. So, and I think the man is not totally wrong after all. There should be a time that we really call spade a spade, that this Ukraine-Russia war should have an end. Yes, let it be settled. Alright? I don't want to comment on that today because that's not part of the story I actually have. I just want to let you know that Donald Trump has made it known that if he's voted in as the US president, that he's going to make sure that Ukraine-Russia war ends by not funding the Ukraine war against Russia. Listen
I
to
think
him.
Zelensky is maybe the greatest salesman
Can you hear that?
of any politician that's ever lived. Every time he comes to our country, he walks away with $60 billion. And I like him. You know, on the impeachment hoax #1, he was very good. He said, no, the president didn't threaten me at all. He could have been a grandstander and said, I was threatened, right, Matt? He could have said, I was threatened. So I like him. But he's
I like it.
salesman of all
You know,
time. He
I
walks
like
in.
you too, guy.
So now here's the beauty. He just left 4 days ago with $60 billion, and he gets home and he announces that he needs another $60 billion, else it never ends.
It never ends, alright?
Never ends.
So let's go to the next person that he keeps asking for, and they ask it never ends. What do you think about Donald Trump's statement here? Do you think he's right? Shouldn't the US stop funding the Ukraine war effort against Russia? I think if US wasn't supporting Ukraine, the war should have been ended by now, and maybe there could have been a proper settlement to all of this instead of all the wastage and all that. Because honestly, we are in Nigeria, but guess what? Even though the war is not happening in Nigeria, we are feeling it. If you know, you know. Still on trending Metro News, a video of a certain woman surfaced on the net and has been making the trend, where she was lamenting how things have so gone high that she had to buy just 15 seeds of tomato for 4,000 naira. And if you've not seen the video, let's see how she's lamenting profusely that she bought 15 seeds of tomato for 4,000 naira. And of course, some time ago, a basket of tomato actually sold for less than 2,000 naira. Even in 2015, it was about 3,000, 35, 4,000. Now, only yeah.
4,000 naira tomatoes. Where are we heading to? Now,
at least she even has money to pay for that, you know. 4,000 naira. Many people are switching over to vegetable now. So do not let the government play the smart one on you. If you have a space around where you're living, please do well. Just go to the market, buy your tomato. As you are straightening out the seed, just dry it. Within 2 days, it is dried. Plant it. Before you know it, it will sprout up. Separate them. Within period of 3 months, you have your tomato to yourself. Plant vegetables around you. You don't need to buy all of that. So that's my own little cup of tea I'm giving to you on this. So don't think this might get better soon, because as it is, if we should trust the government of the day, it's more like a total reshuffling of everything that has ever been. As many analysts have been saying that Nigeria has been on a time bomb, that is economic time bomb, and what is happening now was bound to happen, and this is just time we have to bear it hopefully things will get better. Only that, if I was seeing what a man, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name, the Burkina Faso man. He calls himself the military president of Burkina Faso. That is Traoré, whatever. You see the picture of Hoshan and I don't know how to pronounce his name. Traoré or something. You know, the man, instead of him to change his cars, just like the way people right here are doing, borrowing billions upon billions to buy SUV for themselves, this man went ahead to buy tractors. Meaning that everybody, you can't say you don't have a job doing. Go into the farm and go and farm. I can tell you, if they, because of course I think a news that surfaced the last time said that was about a third time or more that an assassination attempt has been made on his life. So we just hope that God keeps him for the Burkina babes. Funny enough, I just know. So all the people in Burkina Faso are all babes. Whatever people. No, yeah, they are called Burkina babes. Burkina babes. Yes, that's God should keep him safe for the Burkina babe and for Africa, because it is. Nigeria is not taking the leadership position in Africa as it has to be. So if another country is taking up the leadership position, why not? Carry on. Just recently, the new Senegalese president crashed down the price of, if you don't know him, Omosha, a very young man, is the one doing the big thing. Whereas people here, they are looking for her to enrich themselves. Look at the vice presidential launch that was launched recently. I heard that about 21 billion naira was invested into that, whereas back in the days of Jonathan, that is when that project had been, and it was initially, according to the data I have on the internet, that it was initially made to be executed with 6 billion naira. From 6 billion to 21 billion. What are we talking about? These are people that are, so whenever they are talking about new hope agenda, new hope mantra, new hope, we don't see the new hope. Do what Traoré is doing in Burkina Faso. Do what this other young man is doing in Senegal. Do those things. You know, anytime I see this man with that is you understand, right? Yes, so gallantly. I was like, I wish we could have gallant people like this leading us to the future. All these old cargoes, yes, all these old cargoes, they need to be flushed out. Out Nigeria, you are pharaohs, and our people should go. Get out of the seat. You guys are not doing us good. Even if you have any good agenda for us, the truth of the matter is, what you guys are doing, the aggrandizement, the enrichment, you are enriching yourself. The last time we checked, you guys were shouting, he has already made his money, they've already made their money, they're not coming there to steal. Who told you? Let's look at recently now. Even our Baba is now a corn eater. With all of the brigades and what have you that he put on the show the last time. Although some people are saying that just recently too, though you could be saying that he supported Peter Obi during the presidential election because it was his principle that after Buhari, a certain leader should be, and of course that was why he supported Peter Obi. Being that even as Peter Obi did not win, the Augusti did it, that a southerner in the person of Tinubu won. So, and nobody should call for his head for trying to support the government of the day, or even if you do not support the government of the day, it should not antagonize them unfairly, you understand? So indirectly saying that he's also going to be eating corn as well, you understand? So as it is, people have been showing that alright, from talk to talk, but it is good that we should actually organize what we're saying. So let us move on. That's it. As it is, you can see the country is blazing and we are cooking up, and that's why I called the other day in the last video that Dangote, please, anything you can do for us to make sure that this your PMS that will be entering to the market as from 3rd week of July this year, please let it crash down the price. Of course, a news has actually come up that you said it's going to be crashing down, and God bless you for that. And I pray that all those mafias you are talking about, of course, he said that you didn't know that the mafias in the oil industry are stronger than the mafia in the drug world. But whether there are mafias or there are mafias, God is going to protect you, and you're going to make the people of Nigeria proud of you today, tomorrow, and generations to come. Alright, so let us move on to the next story. Still on what is trending, the former governor of Lagos State, Mr. Fashola, has come on to say that there's a huge difference between minimum wage and salary. That what the labor is actually looking at is more like salary review, but the Constitution of Nigeria has no provision for salary review but minimum wage, and he came up with some technical economic terms to try to dissect what the minimum wage is and salary is, and he said that minimum wage, I don't want to bite my tongue and I don't want to crack my head. If you've not seen it, hear it.
And oftentimes we use them interchangeably. I discussed it in my book, I think from pages 88. And if you do a search, you will see a lot of literature on the distinction between wages and salaries. Salaries are paid monthly. Wages are paid for blue-collar workers who work on factory floor per hour. So what we are doing is a salary review, not a wage review. And therefore, we are going to end up getting the wrong answers. Interestingly, what our Constitution provides for is a wage review. It doesn't provide for a salary review. There's another...
Indirectly, our man here is saying that since our Constitution does not provide for salary review but minimum wage review, it means that all what labor is clamoring for, of course, because if minimum wage, with the general mindset as it is, if minimum wage is increased from 30,000, say from 30,000 to 60,000, and while minimum wage was 10,000, I was being paid 60,000 naira. And now minimum wage has been moved from 30 to 60. I expect, like every other person, also expects to be paid 120 or something between 100 and 120 within that neighborhood. That is what everybody's mindset is. But what they're saying now, that no, that even though minimum wage is increased, does not mean that salary will be increased. And to some extent, I see reason with him, because honestly, without being trying to be biased here, I can tell you that our problem in this country, I'm not an economist, but what I have observed so far, the little economics I learned while I was in school about inflation and how inflation comes around and the different types of inflation, I know for sure that this minimum wage or livable wage we are working for, we are clamoring for, is going to be the killing wage, the death wage that is going to kill us at the end of the day. Because as it is, as the minimum wage is being implemented, Nigeria has not opened new factory. People are not going to farm, unlike what is happening in Burkina Faso, whereby the military president has refused to buy himself SUV. Instead, he's going to buy tractors. You can know, you understand where the guy is going to. Soon as Burkina Faso will be importing or exporting their food to us, because they will have enough. Because this is something they are doing on a grand scale as it is. So farming is reducing. I showed you the video of herdsmen ravaging farms in the northern region of Nigeria. We showed that day. So food production has not increased. Everything, just name it. Economic activities have not increased. The only thing that I want to be increased now is the money. So as it is, you that have 30,000 naira now, pursuing 15 seed of tomato for 4,000 naira, it is still 15 seed of tomato that will still be available to you when that salary has been increased. That minimum wage has been increased from 30 to 60. So it means that you that was paying 4,000 naira to pursue just 15 seed of tomato, you will be using 8,000 naira to pursue that same 15 seed of tomato. You getting it? So I just hope that God give the government of the day and all the stakeholders the wisdom to navigate this dicey situation we find ourselves. So alright, let's go to the next. Okay, you want to hear more? Let's hear what he says more.
Mechanism that deals with that. And I've said sometime next week when I have some time, I'm going to do a treatise on it. So the problem therefore is not setting the minimum salary, because that's what we are setting. In other countries, once they set minimum wage, it's lock, stock and barrel. Everybody pays so much per hour. So what the farmer can then do is say, look, you are not going to work 8 hours anymore. I need you to work 3 hours and I'm going to pay the minimum wage. When you finish, go. So instead of 8 hours, you get more money for working for less hours, and you can do 3-4 jobs to make up the time. Okay? But what we are doing here, we are setting a monthly minimum salary. Unlike the setting of the minimum wage, it doesn't affect salary workers in that sense. But once you raise the minimum wage, now that's where the governors are saying we're having problems. Once you raise to 30, or from 30 to 60, it means that everybody above that must go right to the top, right to permanent secretary. And that's where the problem really lies. So,
and I still want to point out something here. You know, as this issue of minimum wage, we've always been looking at it as a government thing. No, if you look at Nigerian Act on this issue of minimum wage, any private establishment that has workers is bound to actually pay or pay this minimum wage. So imagine you taking how much are you paying for your child's school fees right now? If you're taking your child to a private school, if that private school pays the cleaner at that in that school maybe 30,000 naira currently or 40,000 naira currently, when the minimum wage has been implemented, it means that school will have to pay nothing less than 60,000 naira. And you know what that would be? The final consumer will always bear it. You that has gotten increment in your minimum wage, you will come it out from the school fees. You will come it out at the market. So we just hope everything gets right, because as it is now, some people are saying jackbarring is the right thing to do. I heard the story of a 70-year-old man who has to travel to Canada, and people were asking him, man, look at you at this your age, why are you traveling? He said, no guy, I'm not traveling for myself. I have stayed here and I've worked all my life for this country, hoping for the Messiah to come, that I'm about fading out. And I can't go to meet my fathers with the mind that my children are still going to go through the same circle that I went through, that he has to move to a horizon where things are getting better. And when I heard the story of this man, I just pray that everything goes well with him. As far as I'm concerned, God so willing, all of us are going to make it here in this country. We go nowhere. Now here we die. Alright, let's move on.
In our rush to put some money in the hands of the most vulnerable, which is important, let us understand that we probably have to decouple this thing in a more holistic way and set so that the people who are running businesses who are likely to be affected can say, look, we are going to pay minimum wage. So if you use the calculation for minimum wage as it is, what you will get is that our minimum wage actually is not 30,000 naira.
Alright, that's it. So let's move on to the next story. On a funny note, there's this video of a certain police station in Nigeria teaching their members of staff how to sing the new national anthem, and it was quite a scene to behold. Alright, if you have not seen them,
standardized anthem. Standard 1. Nigeria, we hate thee, our own democracy land. Those anthems they differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria, our sovereign mother's land. Our flag
it was really quite funny. And you that is even seeing this video, do you know how to sing the national anthem? Alright, let me sing it for you so you know that at least trending on Mashone actually trends a lot. Yes, I know what's up, you know. Yeah, I mean, like, let's go there. Alright. Attention! Let me see that. Nigeria, we aid our own native land. Don't drive and don't make deeper. In brotherhood we stand. Nigeria, all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Now let's go to the next stanza. Our flag shall be the symbol, the truth and justice right. In peace or battle honor, in this we count as gain. To honor to our children, our banner with us stay. O God of all creation, grant this our request. Nigeria may be blessed. I tried. Alright, that's it for today. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do have to subscribe to the channel. You're gonna be seeing them back to back like I promised you. Till I come away again, it was trending with the Mashone, and it was just me on Mashone with you. Bye bye.